I'm Governor Larry Hogan. Our state is taking unprecedented and aggressive actions in the fight to stop the spread of the COVID-19 pandemic here in Maryland. As you know, I recently issued a stay-at-home directive to ensure that no Marylander leaves his or her home unless it is for an essential job or for an essential purpose. I know how difficult this is on each and every one of you. There's a great deal of fear and anxiety, and the truth is that none of us really know how bad this is going to get or how long it's going to last. But I can promise you that there are a great many dedicated people doing tremendous things, working around the clock, and doing their very best to help keep Marylanders safe. In the days to come, we're going to need to depend on each other, to look out for one another, and to take care of each other, because we are all in this together, and we will get through this together.
This is the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief, keeping you informed about the happenings in Annapolis and the area. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and of course, local weather. The Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Tuesday, May 12th, 2020. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Hey, here's a deadline for you. It is tomorrow at noon. If you have not received your economic impact payment, which is the $1,200 that the federal government was sending for the coronavirus payment, you have until noon tomorrow to get your direct deposit information in there. The IRS and the Treasury Department are both urging this, and what you want to do is to go to irs.gov, go to the Get My Payment tool, and enter in your direct deposit information. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck with getting a paper check, which will start rolling out in late May and could go as late as into the early fall. Once they have stopped the process of doing direct deposit, there is no chance to go back, so you may have to wait until the check rolls around. If you were expecting a check and haven't gotten it, go on in, get your information into that Get My Payment tool, and get the money that should be coming to you. That tool was a little bit glitchy to start with, and the IRS has insisted that all of the glitches have been resolved. I might point out that our own governor said all the glitches were resolved in the unemployment website as well, so take that for what it's worth. Speaking of our governor, he has proclaimed May as Motorcycle Safety Awareness Month here in Maryland, and each year about 70 people die on motorcycle crashes, which is really kind of sad there. Now with people getting out, the spring seemingly to be around the corner, you're going to see more motorcyclists out on the road. And so far, the state this year has seen 214 motorcycle accidents. According to the MBA, when a motorcyclist is at fault, typically it's failure to control speed and impaired riding. When a motorist is at fault, it is either inattentiveness, impairment, or failing to yield to motorcyclists right of way. They did offer some tips for drivers. This would be drivers of cars. You want to look twice before you change lanes or merge into traffic. You want to yield the right of way to motorcycles if they are coming toward you and say you're taking a left in front of them. Give plenty of space around a motorcycle and use care when driving near a group. For the motorcyclists, they say gear up before you roll out, so they want to have the clothing and the helmet on. Ride so you are seen. Give yourself space and time to react. Ride sober and signal your intentions. There have been some pretty bad motorcycle accidents in the area, so please exercise your caution. We don't want to have any of those. If you're not into a motorcycle road trip, how about a road trip from your couch? Maybe you've exhausted everything out of Netflix. Well, the PBS show Motor Week has been doing some Maryland-based road trips, and it's kind of cool. Back on April 20th, they did one in Annapolis. It's about 30 minutes. John Davis, who is the host, took 30 minutes in his nice blue Porsche SUV, cruised around town over the Bay Bridge. Not a whole lot of discussion, but an awful lot of scenery, and our town looked really beautiful. Granted, it was a little bit empty, but it looked beautiful. Now they're releasing another one this week in Western Maryland. It's going to go from McHenry around Deep Creek Lake. You can see them both at mpt.org, which is Maryland Public Television. You want to go to the menu item where it says shows, and then you will see Motor Week. And it will be the first two shows that you see, which are the two most recent ones there. Again, it is called Motor Week. They had one episode in Annapolis, and they're going to be doing one later this week for Western Maryland. Kind of neat. I'm looking forward to it. And finally, as we wrap up, kudos to Broadneck High School senior Garrett Middleton and company for a tremendous prank at Broadneck High School. It was tremendous on many accounts. It was tremendous because it was big. It was tremendous because it was bold. And it was even more tremendous because it was harmless. They turned around and put a gigantic banner on the front of the school saying that school for sale, Hasn't been used since March. 100 plus rooms, full gym, turf field, plenty of parking. Call 1-800-BHS-2020 for information. Unfortunately, maintenance pulled it down. They should have left it up a little bit later. You can go to Ion Annapolis a little bit later this morning to see photos of it, and we do have a video of them putting it up and making it and everything else. So I do say kudos to the Broadneck High Class of 2020. Well done, guys. Well done indeed. All right, that does wrap it up for us today. Please make sure you're checking out IonAnnapolis.net for updates on these stories and more throughout the day, because we do update them. If you are someplace you can leave a rating or a review, please do that, and let your friends and family and colleagues know about us and how to download a podcast and subscribe to us. Other than that, you need to hang tight. We've got George Young standing by with your local DMV weather forecast. He's coming up right after this brief message from Solar Energy Services.
Hello, Marylanders. This is Rick Peters from Solar Energy Services in Millersville, Maryland, wishing you good health and a rapid return to prosperity. Uncertainty is one of the hardest parts of our current situation. As we move towards our new normal, you may want to consider adding more certainty to your financial future by locking in the low cost of clean solar energy. The economics of solar are tremendous, and there's no better source than the trusted team at Solar Energy Services. Residential solar projects typically earn the homeowner 8 to 12% annually over the life of the system, with even better returns for commercial systems. If you have some downtime now, take advantage of our powerful remote design capabilities, allowing one of our experienced solar designers to provide a presentation, followed by a detailed, accurate proposal, all from a safe distance. Call us today at 410-923-6090 or visit us at solarsaves.net. Sunshine's are wasted, but together we'll get through this.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
Going out? You need the most up-to-date local weather. Here's George Young from DMV Weather in Annapolis with today's forecast.
Hey everyone, this is George with DMV Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Tuesday, May 12th. Yesterday played out as expected with breezy winds and below average temps, with mixed skies after a few light AM showers moved through the region. And today will be fairly similar as well, with more temps near 60 degrees and winds gusting over 20 miles per hour at times, though it should be a sunnier day on the whole across the Annapolis region, before a very nice sun-filled Wednesday with temps mid to upper 60s and light winds, ahead of mixed skies and 70 to 75 degrees on Thursday, before a real warm-up late week into the weekend with temps likely in the 78 to 85 degree range Friday through Sunday, with what now appears to be a bit of a decreased threat for rain from Thursday through Sunday, though still a chance of a few showers or T-storms at some point. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DMV Weather. Make it a great day out there. Stay healthy and be safe. And be sure to get our free app on all of your devices by searching DC MDVA Weather in the Apple or Google App Store. And also be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter and use our website at dmvweather.com so you can always stay weather informed.
This is Wes Adams, candidate for Circuit Court Judge. As your former state's attorney, I built a reputation for being fair for our community, tough on violent crime, and compassionate to those in need. I work to set up specialized court proceedings designed to support recovery and to get our vets out of the criminal justice system. I partnered with our schools to help protect students and break the school-to-prison pipeline. I will bring these same values as judge to the circuit court. I respectfully ask that you vote for me, Wes Adams, on June 2nd.
Paid for by the Friends of Wes Adams. John Spencer, Treasurer.
Whether it's a fire, a hurricane, or a virus, Annapolis comes together. We've done it time and time again, because this is a town that gets it, a town that knows how to lift each other up when the world falls down. As we face this new challenge, I encourage our community to come together as we've always done. I'm Steve Samaras from Zachary's Jewelers. I pledge to lend a hand to support my family, my team, my neighbors, and the small businesses in our town. Together, let's do what we've always done.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis. And also tell them about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. This podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m., keeping you informed with the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. And take a moment to listen to our other podcast, The Maryland Crabs, released every Thursday at noon.